Just letting the players know that the casters are indeed ready as we do load into game number 1. It's best of 5.
Here we go. What do we have in store? TVP. It's a matchup that Seither is pretty confident in, but also a matchup that Probe... Well, I'm not sure if I call him confident, but he just beat Azure 2-0, so...
Yeah.
And I forgot it happened earlier, but Steel told me that he wanted a Killian intro. He did not redeem any channel points, but I figure I might try. Yes, it's a best of 5, girl. And here we are. We spawn in the Eternal Empire LE. LE, if you did not know, stands for... No, wait. EELE, ELE, which, if you did not know, stands for Elongated Evil Lemon Essence. That is what happens when you make a baguette and you use the wrong essence of lemon. Here in the top right-hand corner of the map, in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss. All the way from the land down under. He represents Legacy Esports. It is Probe. You know when that sudden realization hits you that you made a mistake, but you can't back out of it?
What was that? What even was that? I didn't even know what kind of accent you were going for. I was like, is he going for Finnish at the beginning? But then
Swedish.
What?
It's like Finnish, but it's more emotional. Swedish. Who do we have in the bottom left?
In the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Australian Terran representing Mind Freak Gaming. It is Seither. Also, can we get some bunks in the chat for Steel for requesting for that? I don't even know what that was. God damn.
You know when you suddenly get hit with the realization that you made a mistake, but you're already halfway through, so you have to commit. Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah, I could feel that. I felt that way. Oh god. So we do have a Twilight Council opening here from Leprobe.
Yeah, very not really something that Probe often goes for, but I am glad that he's whipping it out here, going straight for Blink. So it's not going to be that DT and the Archon build that we often see.
Important to note that Seither, he did go in and he did scout the Twilight Council, so he does know the opener. Of course, it is difficult to tell what exactly is being upgraded with that Twilight Council, but he does
Blink,
know that
apparently.
Apparently not.
It just got cancelled. What?
Yeah, it did get cancelled, and again, Seither should feel, a little bit more secure knowing that obviously it's not Robo, it's not Stargate, so the amount of things that could be coming his way are limited. But he has restarted Blink. Either the Blink cancel was a mistake, or he canceled it because he needed resources for something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can never really tell, because sometimes it is part of the build order, right? Where you get something and then you realize, oh wait, I wasn't supposed to get this this quick.
Yeah.
So you cancel it so that you have the resources to get something that you need more. In this case, the Robo Bay or the Robo Facility, but it's hard to tell when it's upgrades, because sometimes if upgrades, you might just want to commit to it.
Yeah. So it's hard to tell if he canceled it. because he messed up the build or the cancel was a mistake in and of itself. But you know, he canceled it. He's doing it again. He's committing to this blink. This is definitely something that Probe is working on, but because of that, it is a little bit delayed. And Seither is coming into the main base with this Widowmine drop. Oh.
Yeah, gonna be scouting if there is in fact a third base, but there is not. So he will boost straight on forward. Quick pull by Probe, but Seither, he ain't satisfied with that. He wants that juicy mine hit. But is he risking too much for it?
A little bit too greedy.
Absolutely, did not even get a full scout out here. He knows of the Twilight Council, he knows of the gateways, doesn't know about the Robo.
Yeah, and Seither, he really wanted that juicy Widowmine hit. He was chasing those probes, but was a little bit baited there as Probe was waiting with Stalkers and was able to take out those Widowmines, only losing 2 workers of his own. And now he's feeling confident enough to push out.
Here it goes. This could be dangerous for Seither, depending on the positioning of his bunker and his tanks. He already has the Raven out, though. So that observer is not gonna... I don't think it's long for this world.
Yeah, especially if he keeps moving forward. Ooh, does back off just in time. Does spot the Raven. If the Raven wanted to, it could try and move forward with an auto turret, but it does expose the Raven a little bit. Could get sniped by the Stalkers. Has to be careful. Oh no! I was just gonna
get sniped. Oh, it is looking dangerous for Seither. Especially since the tank isn't fully sieged yet. And now the Stalkers are in. There's so many of them.
This could be it.
So many of them.
All the Marines are going down. There is a tank. There are 2 tanks actually in the back, and they will be able to push the Stalkers back. But so much damage was done.
Yeah, now the front is kind of vulnerable. Even with, the bunker was emptied, but Seither is quick to fill that back on up. Does actually get the Observer this time. Nicely done. But he's lost so much bio. If he was trying to go for any sort of push, he's not going to go for it now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you could see how quickly things turned. As soon as that Raven went down, Probe knew that was his moment to pounce on the army. Was able to kill a tank, was able to kill those Marines as well. Such a good trade there for Probe. And we'll see if Seither can establish his third. He's going to try. And they should be able to push this army back, at least.
Yeah, he's gonna try. He does secure his start base, so he's definitely got that going for him. But yeah, this Karak, hello.
Oh my god, this poor animal. Jesus Christ. He was trying to be one of the Marines. It's like the same color as well.
Does that remind you of the Australian wildlife at all, Light? Or is it different?
Yeah, sure, it's kind of like an emu, sort of, maybe.
I was thinking like cassowary.
Yeah, cassowary, yeah.
Do they try to blend in with the soldiers? Speaking of blending in, here comes a warp in of zealots. They are slow lots, but when you have this many of them, they are very, very tanky.
I'm getting flashbacks of Probe versus Seither last week.
Yeah, is it gonna play out the same way? Well, this time though, Seither, he hasn't pushed into Probe's base yet, so he has everything he needs to defend back at home, but even then, I don't think it's going to be enough here. Another quick warp in of Zealots, now with charge, and it's looking not too good. The boys are being pulled to act as a bit of a bulwark, and he loses 11 of them already.
Oh my god, he is down 20 workers to Probe. Probe, even as a lone zealot here in the main base, was left alone. Oh no, he's gonna get caught. Rip.
You can't escape the eyes of the Seither.
Cannot, but Probe, he's looking really good so far in this game. To be fair though, what is going for Seither is his army value. He does have quite a large force here, but he's kind of being forced to stay at home, you know? He's taking a lot of economic damage.
Yeah, and the thing is, it is bigger than Probe's army, and he can absolutely fight what Probe has got, but he's gonna have to be careful about how. He already depleted his medevacs energy. He needs to pick and choose his fights very, very carefully now.
Definitely. And the fact that War Prism is still alive, it will cause Seither to keep part of his army at home to defend against these zealots because they've already dealt so much damage, and we've seen in previous weeks how much damage zealots and Warp Prism can do. To Seither specifically.
Yeah. There's a reason why it's the best unit in the game. According to whom? By me. Is it biased? Yes, I love the Warp Prism. It's the OP umbrella. To clarify, I love using the Warp Prism.
And yeah, we do have a couple of ghosts coming out from Seither, which will be key, but you know, Probe, he's already working on that AoE. He's got 2 Colossus. I think I saw some Disruptors as well. And he's getting a Twilight Archives for...
No, just
for High Templar.
Yeah, just gonna be Colossus for the time being, but again, as demonstrated by many players in the past, 4 Colossus, a lot of times that is the critical mass. And considering that Probe has got double Robo, he's right about to get there. The army supplies are about equal, but what is the unit composition of either player right now? Right at the moment, I think I favor Probe a little bit, but this is a fairly wide open area. This Seither could get a concave off.
Yeah, I will say if it was just the Zealots and the Colossus, then maybe I would give it to Seither, but now the Stalkers have rejoined the army. More Colossus have shown up as well. This is a really good position, though.
High ground.
Yeah. Seither was able to maneuver past the army and get up to the high ground. He's able to deny mining here at the 4th base. Oh, but the Zealots, they're in! Oh, no.
A couple of ghosts are going to help out here, but there's already a lot of last mining time. Seither, he knows where he needs his attention to be. He EMP'd his own Medivacs!
Yeah, it was a bit of an oof of an EMP there.
This is not looking good. Very good force fields come out from Pro, but a hot pickup and an evacuate from Seither. I was gonna say, this is absolutely Probe's game to lose.
Yeah,
the ball was just so far in his court there, and in the end, Seither's gonna have to concede.
Yeah, at the same time that push was happening, like, there was just all this Zealot harass happening in the main base, or in the natural of Seither. 25 workers went down, forcing him basically all in, and after EMPing his own Medivacs, like, they weren't doing really much at all. And GG.
GG. Oh, the first time we're seeing this map to daylight.
Oh.
We are going into Zen LE, and I would be Zen, but I can't. Steel has upped the ante.
Well, what has Steel done?
Steel has upped the ante. Here's how I interpreted his comment. I interpreted it as, "Come on, Yaku, you can do better." Why is that my Steel?
What is... You're not doing the Swedish accent again, are you? Is that what...
I feel like I have to.
No, you don't.
I feel like I have to.
I think that you should. I really think that you shouldn't.
Well, I was just trying to see if I could get a rise out of you there, but you wouldn't fall for it. But speaking of falling for it, here we have it spawning in up here in the top right-hand corner of the map, all the way in the right-hand side of Zen. LE, if you did not know, does in fact stand for loose elastic. Loose elastic. That's what happens when your pants, you know, you wear them for a long time and that elastic just comes a little loose. Here in the top right-hand corner map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, a 5-time finalist, a 3-time champion. Can he go for the 4th? Well, that does in fact depend, Light. That depends a lot. Who is he cosplaying? In all the way from the land of Melbourne, he is representing Legacy Esports. Everybody give it up for Probe.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Zen LE, we have the Australian Terran. Unfortunately, he's He's made it to the finals, which means he has lost his Tarkov partner, Pez. He is now with Demi. He is forced into this finals, and now this is where his attention is. He is representing Mind Free Gaming. It is Seither. I want someone to make. You know the meme image of they made one of Gemini where he's with he's with Trap and he's looking back at Hero, but what is this? It's Debbie Pez and Seither.
The distracted boyfriend meme.
Yep.
Why is that not a thing?
Oh boy. Well, as this is happening, Seither is going for a 2-Rex.
Yeah, a little bit surprising here. Might go for a 2-1-1, but he is just ramping up Reaper production.
Yeah.
Why would you go Reapers if not Proxy, though?
Yeah, it's, you know, maybe he's a bit worried about how adept Probe is at scouting, as his Probe is going crazy right now, going all around the top left-hand corner of the map looking for proxies. But yeah, Seither instead just hit it in his main base, which hasn't quite been spotted yet. You have Reapers moving out across the map, and we'll see if Seither is gonna be able to get anything done.
And an NG Bay. Oh, Seither. I like what I see.
Oh, we're gonna see fast missile turrets.
I was thinking Hexac auto tracking, but I like the yeah.
Either one would be great, and at the same time, Probe is proxying a robo across the map as well. So this game is it's gonna be a little bit crazy.
Did they just forget that Zen was in the map pool and they already did their veto, so they thought, huh, Zen. That's why, because it really strikes me like this is the map that they thought, yeah, no, just bang something out real quick and go on to the next map. But I don't know, maybe it is also a case where more so Seither than Probe decided I have a strategy that I know is going to work really well on this map specifically, that being 5 Reapers.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he is doing some decent Probe damage, but Probe himself is has some pretty decent defense, as these Stalkers and these shield batteries are keeping so many of these Probes alive.
3, yes, I'm a little surprised here. 3 was not enough to one-shot a Probe with a shield battery. Meanwhile, you see the other Robo, it's going to be producing that Warp Prism, and that's going to be very tough to deal with.
Yeah, especially because like there's no factory, there's no Cyclone or Starport for Viking. Like it's gonna be so difficult to deal with this Warp Prism with just Marines.
He's pulling an Azure, but not a full Azure. He's not going full Azure. He's just pulling an Azure. Immortals start to come into Seither's base, and what does he even have at home? Nothing is the answer to that question.
Oh my god, the Sim could get sniped as well. We'll see what Probe decides to go for with these Immortals. Looks like just SCV damage.
Yeah, especially to lay the factory. And it's do or die time now for Seither.
Yeah, he's just pushing out.
I'm so confused. Like,
there are already shield batteries here, and the recall as well.
You know, forcing a recall, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
If you are Seither, yeah. But there's still a little bit of damage happening over in Seither's base. One Zealot, sometimes that's all you need. Delays the factory again. Lad, I'm so confused. What is this game?
Yeah, this Zealot doing wonders right now is able to chase away 3 Marines, and yeah, it does delay that factory. Could go for it again. We'll see. It does finally get cleaned up. And part of me feels like Seither could be okay. Like, he does have a decent Marauder count, and Marauders do well against Immortals.
I would say that they do, but without Medivacs to back them up.
Yeah.
What's stopping the Immortals from one-shotting the Marauders?
Yeah. Medivacs are definitely a key unit that Seither is missing right now with his Bio Army. And, oh my god, there are 4 Immortals.
Yeah, and this is not something you see every day. You never say the Protoss player won that PvT off the back of Immortals. But Probe showing you how it's done, I guess.
Yeah, so far really good Immortal micro there.
Good juggling, loses one, but that might be the only one that he loses here. Does lose another, but so many SCVs have gone down for Seither.
Yeah, doesn't even lose. He's only lost one Immortal so far, and I mean, he's buying some time, and maybe we have 2 medevacs on the way, which will definitely help out. But we do have the Immortals looking to dive into the main base. Do you think he's gonna go for the starport? That would be a big brain play.
It would, but it would also be a very high risk play. He can go for the reactor at the very least, so this weakens again, just weakens the stem of Seither. It's definitely the key upgrade right now.
Yeah, definitely. Very smart there by Probe. Does deny the add-on, delaying more and more medevac production as more and more Immortals are being pumped out. Jesus Christ. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how well this is gonna scale. Mass Immortal in a PvT.
It won't, especially not versus Bio. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pro looking to transition, but he's transitioning by getting gateways, by getting charge, and I mean, charge is pretty good. Charge at Immortals is also pretty good, but against a Bio Ball, kind of want some slash damage there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how these engagements occur, and we'll see if Probe ends up getting something, whether it's Archons or Colossus or Disruptors. Still a ways away though.
That indeed it is. Oh, the Immortal comes out and immediately recalls. Nicely done. Nice spell.
Yeah, nicely done there. He's able to just save the Immortal. Send it home.
Oh, we do see so low on health that Immortal is.
Yeah.
And now things are starting to slow down a little bit, but I almost feel like this is a calm before the storm. We're getting something very, very quick, and that's something being moving out.
I mean, this move out is coinciding with Seither already moving out with his drop, so this could be an opportune moment for Probe to strike, since half the army isn't even here for Seither.
And one thing's for sure, like, neither player has recall available to them. So
Yeah.
we are going to go into a little bit of an odd base trade here.
And this could be a weird situation where that recall that saved that one Immortal could lose the game for Probe. Like,
yeah. That's so weird to think about, but I feel like Probe does not have much to worry about here. Does have a lot of shield batteries in, quick warp-ins on... I mean, Stalker's not the most effective unit versus what Seither has, but if you combine them with the shield batteries, if you have enough of them, utilize the chargelets.
Yeah, meanwhile, Probe is pushing up the ramp into the main base of Seither. The tank does siege up in time.
His juggling, though, Light. His juggling and this many Immortals. These SCVs also aren't really firing or attacking.
Yeah.
I think we're about to see Probe get a match point very, very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, Liberators do pop out, but too little, too late. They would have been amazing for defense against these Immortals, but the CC goes down. I mean, the drop is dealing some damage at home, but the economy is so good for Probe that like he can just amass an army and defend against that. I mean, we'll see.
It's just gonna go down to kill every single building, like.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. We'll see.
He still has an army he wants to make use of, but yeah. I don't see where Seither goes to this in the long run. Maybe he's trying to bait the army of Probe to go into his liberation zones.
Yeah, he's doing a fairly good job at that. What else is really good, actually, is that Seither, he is disrupting the production of Probe. He's depowering all the gateways, so Probe actually can't warp in at home. But he does have an army big enough. There it is.
GG. Probe now on match point. Again, what was that? What did we just watch, Light? When was the last time you saw a Protoss player go 7 Immortals in a PvT and win the game? That's almost because usually like going mass Immortal in PvT is basically akin to going mass Ultralisk versus mass Immortal.
I want to say I can't quite remember what the army composition looked like. I want to say GSL Deer versus TY, but that there's a caveat to that in that TY did play mech, so that's
He did.
a scenario where it would work. So
And
that's
he also got Archons behind that.
yeah. So it's not quite quite like common because mech against Protoss in itself is kind of like playing ultras against Protoss.
We're
Yeah.
never letting Mio lift that down. All right, we are going into what could possibly be our final map of the evening. We could just about crown our 4th-time ESL Fueled by Dare champion here. We'll see what Seither pulls to stop that.
Yeah. Probe on match point, looking to make this tournament series his own. You know, aiming to go for that famed Demi 4-time win streak. Sorry, 14-time win streak. So, yeah, we'll see. This could be the start of something.
How is Cham? How far away is Cham from that?
Oh, I think Chem is 110. It's pretty close.
Oh. And speaking of close, here we have it. The players who are fairly close to one another, spotting in on Nightshade, otherwise known as Belladonna. Ellie. Ellie, of course, standing for Laughing. No, wait. Standing for lethargic evidence. Lethargic evidence. That is what happens when you play World of Warcraft too much. You become lethargic and it is evident. So you switch to StarCraft, the halo of the PC. Over here, swatting in the top left-hand corner map, all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map. Here we have a blue Protoss all the way, representing the cute anime girl union of Melbourne, as well as Legacy Esports. It is our 3-time ESL Fueled by Dare champion. Can he make the 4-peat? It is Probe.
Yaku, mate, if anyone needs your energy right now, it's Sheldon.
That
do you want to give us? Do you want to give us your potentially last intro?
I know what I said we're going for. I will, but it's like, you know, I just say whatever. And the bottom right corner, that's all the way in the bottom right hand corner of the map. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself. He is the one who escaped from Tarkov. It is all the way from Sydney? Question mark? Sydney. What is even a Sydney? It is the Red Terran representing Mind Freak SC. He is the stage before evolving into Scissor. It is Seither.
All right. So this time, Seither, he isn't going for double racks Reaper. You know, he's left that behind in Zen. He has a new life here in Nightshade, as he is going for something that's been pretty common today, at least by the Terrans, going for a Widowmine drop. I don't know if this is the right call, to be honest. So far today, Azure's tried it, Seither's tried it. Probe has been pretty solid with his Widowmine defense.
That indeed he has, but, you know, it's not the end of the world if your Widowmines don't get that many probes, so long as you get the scouting information that you want. Can never emphasize this enough for whatchamacallit.
Oh, yeah, and he's really going to need scouting information, as Probe is going for an insanely fast robotics bay.
Alrighty then, I did say this before, Light. on Nightshade, in PvTs in particular, Probe does love going for disruptor drops. Is that what we're gonna see again? It can't be Colossus, can it?
Whatever it is, I imagine it's either Colossus or disruptor drops. Like, this is insanely fast. Warp Prism is on the way. Oh boy.
I'm holding my breath. I am holding my breath. I can see it so clearly, light.
I'm worried they're gonna be dropping each other, and I don't know how well Seither is gonna be able to split against Disruptor Bulls. We do have Warp Prism speed on the way as well, and there it is.
Okay, it's that first Disruptor. The balls are starting to come out. The mines are starting to come in. Immediately sees the Stalkers. Does manage to drop the load. Does manage to get a bit of mining time. That's about 3 probes, and I'm not sure if he saw the Robo Bay.
Oh, actually, yeah, he didn't see the Robo Bay at all, so he still doesn't know what exactly is coming his way. He only saw.
Observer, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's what.
Oh no.
It's what Probe's been doing all these games, right? Like, why would you think differently? And this is coming across the map. Meanwhile, there is a Colossus behind this as well, so it will only be a single disruptor, but this could deal so much damage.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need. There is a tank set up here by Seither, but not in the right position. Ooh. 6 SEVs and 2 mules. That is the money shot if I have ever seen one. Seither cannot be too happy about that.
Yeah, and I feel like already the Disruptor has kind of paid for itself. Like, there's already some solid damage done, and we could see some more as Probe is trying to find some more damage in the main base.
That he is now being chased away by a much more alert Seither, but the damage is arguably already done.
Yeah. Like anything else, this is kind of a bonus for Probe. If he manages to get a couple of units, a couple more CVs, we will see. It will be amazing if Seither is actually able to catch that Warp Prism. You know, he does have a Raven, so he can Interference Matrix.
Yeah, he will try that. Yeah, pretty good split by Seither, which we see him split against Banelings, and if you get split against Banelings, you can split against Disruptors.
Yeah, that was some solid splits there by Seither, making sure Probe doesn't get too many efficient shots. But yeah, behind this, what is this? I think this is the second Colossus on the way for Probe. He's just working on that army, already has a 3rd base done, completed. This is, yeah,
this, again, the ball is, it's not entirely in Probe's court, but it is up there! Decent split, but still we'll have to lose a couple of units to that.
Yeah, he was able to see it just in time, was able to split his units. Ooh, nice, a little bit of damage there done to the Warp Prism. But I do like this though. Seither, he is pushing out across the map. He is looking to do some damage, and I feel like this is necessary. He needs to apply some kind of pressure. Don't let the Protoss player macro up as he pleases.
Yeah, if only there was another way of saying that, or something or another, but yeah. Seither? Can we take a look at that army? Okay, I thought I saw a couple of SCVs, but I am just blind. So he is going to go in and just, again, it's like you said, just put the pressure on, get a little bit of economic damage, just make sure that, no, don't give the Protoss player time. Don't give Probe any time here.
Yeah, and he has to be a little bit careful, has to make sure he doesn't get flanked by any kind of disruptors. Oh, the Raven is a little bit exposed, but I don't think there's Blink, so he should be okay for the time being.
That indeed he is. Even more Stalkers are in here. Try to go for these auto turret harass, but not quite going to be able to get it. Good target firing from Probe. He's using quite a number of Stalkers to this, but honestly, trading Stalkers for Raven, that's what you want. That is best case scenario.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a mistake there for Seither, because Ravens can be so valuable for your main army. Like, using the Interference Matrix on Colossus in a main army engagement can just win you the fight. So losing a high energy Raven like that, I don't know if that was the right play. Like using it for harass, I mean.
It's definitely a doof if I've ever seen one. That being said, having just one Raven, what are you really gonna do with just one Raven now?
Yeah, you
I
do
guess you
normally
could
have.
disable one and get a. I guess you could disable one unit and get an anti-armor out, but yeah, you're not gonna be disabling the entire every Colossus there.
Yeah, you do typically have a couple more than one Raven with your main army. But yeah, as the game progresses, we have Probe getting all of the AoE. He has Disruptors, he has Colossus, now he's working on Storm as well. Jesus Christ, he's just getting everything. Yeah,
The kitchen sink.
basically.
And I would argue that it is kind of on Seither a little bit to put the pressure on top of Probe, but in another way, it's really hard to do so, to really push into your Protoss opponent. He could try to go for some drops, but I think he's realized as much as anyone that Probe is super on top of his drop defense. So
I will
he's
say
just
that,
trying to build up for timing.
yeah, because Blink only just now started for Probe, he would have been more vulnerable to drops this game as opposed to other games, but yeah, that window of opportunity has kind of up and left, and yeah, Probe, he's getting his 4th base now, which is a little bit exposed. The army isn't in position, but Seither, he is still just trying to establish himself here on his side of the map. And yeah, we'll see what his plan is. So far I don't see a Ghost Academy or anything of the sort, so just sticking with this Buyer tank style,
Which is a bit of a double-edged sword there. He doesn't need the ghosts yet, but he will need them soon, so, you know.
especially against these High Templar. You know, Storm is done, High Templar
Absolutely.
are in the mix.
And even the Archons as well. Doesn't have Vikings either. He is getting Liberators now, which... debatable about whether you want them versus Vikings. Vikings are a bit more reliable.
Oof.
Liberators do way more damage, and that's another AoE coming in for Seither, losing even more SCVs. And yeah, Seither's gonna go for it. He has a massive clump of tanks, and there aren't any Immortals with Probe's army, but
Yeah.
do you need them? Even more SCVs going down on the side of Seither. I think we're about to see Seither go do or die.
Yep, pretty much. I imagine he's going to want all of his units on the other side of the map. And to be fair, Seither's army is quite large, so he can compete with Pro, but it all comes down to his engagements. It all comes down to the splitting against the Storms, against the Disruptor shots as well. We'll see how Seither can do.
Well, we are looking and doing a decent job right now, but the Warpers is still alive, and that's Seither's biggest issue right now. He is just trying to end the game here with his push, and I'm not convinced that it will. Like,
where are the Colossus actually?
Way back.
Okay, they're all the way to the right-hand side.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna try to flank.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Disruptor ball. Did that actually get anyone?
Yeah, that got a big chunk of Buyer, and the Storms on top of that as well. Oh my God, the Storms blanket the army.
Yep, they do get a good blanket on top of these clumped medevacs. I think we're about to have a 4-time ESL Fueled by Dare champion here, like.
Yeah, I mean, Seither, he does have a good amount of tanks, but right now they're not even a part of this engagement. The Bio is pushing forward, the medevacs are so low as well.
That army supply count is so deceptive because, as you said, a lot of them are in the tanks, a lot of them are in the medevacs.
Yeah.
This is... man, this is Seither's tournament life that's on the line right now, and it looks like Probe is about to put an end to it. Seither is gonna have to play Tarkov alone tonight.
Here we go. I mean, he's holding... he's trying to hold as best he can, but these two Colossus, there's nothing really to oppose them. More units warp in, Archons finish up, and Probe is just pushing in. He's going to be able to take out the tank, the Liberator, and with that, Seither himself.
And will you put either your pinky or your thumb down? Because that is a 4-time ESL Open Cup Fueled by Dare champion here. Our cutest anime girl himself, representative of the Oceanian region, Probu. Old mate Sean.
Old mate Sean, congratulations. Probe, for winning your 4th ESL Open Cup Championship. I don't believe it's 4 in a row.
It is
but
not.
yes,
Remember,
doesn't
me
quite
and
have
Micah
that.
took him out in between.
That he did. But yeah, congratulations, able to take another win off of Seither. Second time they faced in the finals. I think it's the second time. Not too sure.
No, it's not. It's the second time they face in ESL, I'm pretty sure.
There
But
you go.
no, not in the finals. Caesar faced me and Micah in the first finals.
Okay. Well, yeah, congratulations. GG, well played. And yeah, we made it through. Has the bracket even been updated yet? I'm not too sure.
That's fine. Out real quick. I guess it doesn't matter. We are at the end of the day. We've just covered the grand finals. Come on.
It's true.
It's beautiful, and it hasn't been updated since Caesar Demi, so you know.
It's all good. And again, yeah, congratulations, Probe. Probe, he's been playing a lot recently. He's been streaming a lot. If you do want to check out his channel, I believe he's probably streaming right now. He's all about that StarCraft. He's been playing a lot of TFT as well, actually. He's been playing a lot in TFT Oceanic tournaments as well.
Wait,
yeah,
that's
he's kind of
League of Legends one, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Because when you say TF, I'm like TF2?
Not quite TF2. But yeah, Probe, he's been broadening his horizons when it comes to what he streams. I think he even threw around the idea of getting Moonglade to teach him some Warcraft and playing some Warcraft competitively.
Then he could sign up for both Fueled by Dare Cups.
He could. That he could.
Get that sponsorship.
But there we have it, folks. That's the tournament for today. Congratulations to Probe, as unfortunately, or as how this tournament goes, it is winner takes all. There is no second place prize, so Probe does get that one.
Points?
No, there are no EPT points in this tournament. It's just purely. Yeah, just purely for monetary gain. But yeah, GG, congratulations, and thank you, Yaku, for joining me here for this lovely cast today.
Thank you for joining me here for this lovely cast today.
Shout out to Kura as well for joining us for that one game, as she's usually behind the scenes.
Best game.
Exactly, Seither versus Demi. If you do want to look at the VOD for Kura's cast, 16 squads and sec !Kura in the chat if you want to see more of her over social media, as she does a lot behind the scenes. She isn't just a part of the CranKy Ducklings team, she also works on StarCraft Esports as well as Juked.gg.
A new calendar, a new esports calendar for you.
Duh. So Yaku, who are you? Where can people find you?
Who am I? What am I? Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. Although I ain't streaming these days, and I probably won't, unless I can convince Quirky or somebody else to do. Don't forget our esports stream with me. Twitter.com @EmporeYakuzaku. ! Discord in chat. You'll find me at our Discord server. That's the best way. But please don't. I'm not an admin. Buy my shirts.
Yes, and you can find me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do occasionally stream. I've actually been streaming pretty regularly recently. And yeah, if you want to see more of my casts, then I usually tweet about it on Twitter. But more importantly, follow the channel CranKy Ducklings, as we cast a lot of events, actually, not just Southeast Asia, but also NA, as well as Korea. So yeah, we cover a lot of tournaments here on this channel.
I'm nodding my head.
Yeah, and I think that's it for us today. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back next week for more ESL Open Cup Oceania Fueled by Dare. And we will be live, not tomorrow, but in 2 days with Spicy League.
Oh, the third week, I believe. The second last week of
Yes,
the group stage.
The third week of the group stage. I think it's actually the last week of the group stage before the playoffs. I will have to double check on that. But yeah, I believe I'll be casting that with you, as unfortunately Steel is a little bit under the weather.
He has accurate.
Fallen
Hopefully the
ill.
monsoon won't get in the way of the internet this time.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god. That was very random, but also kind of fitting as well.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Accurate. And other than that, yeah, watch ESL tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, watch ESL. Ciao, we're gonna raid the stream. Stay tuned.